What is it? I don't know, but it doesn't have a headlight. It's a 300 AC pulling 4 cast aluminum cars, but it certainly doesn't run. It doesn't run like a 300 AC. What's going on over here? 16 volts at 3.5 amps. 3.5 amps is pretty big. Well, it must be those new permanent magnet DC fields. Oh yeah, I just put the new fields in with the arc magnets and the medium-sized booster magnets that we just were testing on the Northern. The Northern almost pulled, well it did, it pulled 20 cars, but its tires fell off. These traction tires were put on before I got the car, so they are factory traction tires. And my God, he isn't wasting any time. No, he's not. And you know what I think? I think there's more in here. I wonder if we should try a little more. Oh geez, I slowed it down. 21 volts. It was over 4 amps. There's 18 volts. Yeah, he's got no problem. No problem. No, he's not dying. I just turned him down a little bit. Turned it down to 13 volts. He'll pull at 13 volts. He gets a little poopered at 11. There's 12 volts. 11 volts, 3 amps. He's still running. You can see the little red underneath there. I may have to touch that up with the black paint. Yeah, I put some taillights on him. His headlight hasn't been fixed yet. He was a reverse in boiler, so there is no room for smoke. Which is odd because he was a reverse in boiler, but he's got the gear boss. So I could put a chuff in there if I wanted to. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay, so this is a cast metal body, 300 AC, probably 47, 48, 49, something like that. Tin caboose, no weights in the caboose. There's only an adapter plate and a motor control board with a rectifier in it. One of my first boards. And he's pulling 4 aluminum cars at 3 amps at 14 volts. So, you know, that could handle I'll kick it up to 15, 3.3 amps. That could handle a show mode pull, I would say, for an Atlantic. Just chugging along, man. Those guys are having a great time. All the cars are lit. Buffed them up. I used to run them with a Northern. Now I got an Atlantic. Well, the Northern was an older Northern, and it was the only one I had with a link coupler. This guy has a link coupler, so you know he's in the 40s. I could look it up. I just don't remember things like that sometimes. I found all the linkage, set it up, lubed it, cleaned it. I didn't polish anything. I do have a Firebox in there. But I don't have the flickering fire, and I don't have a headlight. He needs lights in the engine. Maybe some extra railings. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Polish those up. Put some railings on there. It could be a good looking little engine. Okay, so here's a 300 AC that was reverse in boiler AC. Fingers, brushes, and wired field. And he now has a permanent magnet DC field. The exact same motor components, but the reverse is gone, and he now has a digital reverse board. So it's a digital reverse and DC fields, period. And this engine is running 4 heavy aluminum, solid aluminum cars at about 15 volts, 3.3, 3.5 amps. And he's just doing it. He is just doing it. He is not struggling at all. So I am going to leave him at 15 volts and see what happens. I want to melt that thing down or see if it'll run for an hour. I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to run for an hour. This is a PLA plus, not annealed, and it's not carbon fiber impregnated. Boy, is it rolling nice. That's a nice section of track right there. I'm kind of wishing I hadn't put this little divot in here, but for the walkway here and my control stand, this is kind of what I wanted to do, but I think I could probably pull it back out. Even if I just pulled it out halfway, that would allow me to run that track straight, or maybe just two half turns instead of this full turn thing, and that might make the oval a little simpler, a little easier. I don't know. Give me some input on track. I need a lot of help on my track wiring. Anybody want to talk about track wiring? Oh my God. I have got, you know, those cars are on an inner siding, right? They're on the farm loop. Well, they're in the intermodal loop between the farm. That loop goes around the farm and the city, and their lights are on. Why? I don't know. It's wired wrong. Everything's wired like into one port on this thing, I guess. I don't know. That's probably a lot of the amps is going to that. We don't really know. All right, I'm going to let it run. I'll talk to you guys later, and if anything blows up, I'll tell you all about it. Read it in the newspapers, okay? Post this so you guys should think about it.